Although the top-level domain, or TLD, is usually ignored when comparing a domain name to a trademark for purposes of confusing similarity under the UDRP, the new gTLD.cam has started to appear in a number of disputes, and as a result is something that trademark owners should be aware of when evaluating threats posed by cybersquatters. Hi, it's Doug Isenberg, and in this video I want to talk not about a specific decision under the UDRP, or Uniform Domain Name Dispute Resolution Policy, but rather a group of decisions, those that use the top-level domain .cam. This TLD has appeared in a number of recent UDRP decisions, including those brought by such well-known brands as Volkswagen, Geico, and Emerson Electric. But first, a little background. The .cam TLD was approved by ICANN, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, as just one of more than 1,000 new gTLDs that resulted from the most recent expansion of the domain name system. Registrations for .cam domain names became available in 2016. It is an open TLD, meaning that registrations are available to anyone on a first-come, first-served basis, just like many of the popular top-level domains such as .com, .net, and .org. Although the original .cam application said that the aim of .cam is to create a blank canvas for online camera information and services set within a secure environment, and although the registry operator's current website includes a prominent image of a photographer holding a camera, the same website makes clear that .cam domain names are open to all people and businesses that want better visibility in search engines and in consumer top-of-the-mind branding, and that .cam domain names can be used for any special purpose that you can think of. But during the application period for .cam that led to the creation of this top-level domain, VeriSign, the registry operator for .com, filed what it called a string confusion objection, arguing that ICANN should not approve the .cam TLD because it was confusingly similar to the existing .com TLD, which was established in 1985. According to a 2013 decision on that objection, VeriSign argued that the .cam application must be rejected based on string similarity confusion because the new gTLD will more than probably confuse the average reasonable internet user into believing that it is the .com string, devastate the market for the .com string, and cause serious economic, operational, and security problems in the domain space. The decision further states that VeriSign argued, users looking for a domain name registered in the .com TLD may instead find a domain name registered in the .cam TLD. This will result in harm to users who reach an unintended website. If a user signs up for the .cam domain name unintentionally, that user will be harmed by not receiving what is expected. But the panelists who examined this objection disagreed and allowed the .cam application to proceed, which is why ultimately it was delegated and exists today. The panelists agreed that there were some similarities between .cam and .com, but that the average internet user would immediately recognize the distinction between .cam and .com. So more than 7 years later, it's hard to know what the impact of .cam is, but it's clear that some trademark owners are being targeted by cybersquatters taking advantage of the similarities between .cam and .com. While there aren't many UDRP decisions involving .cam domain names, the number appears to be increasing, with 6 cases at WIPO in 2020 as compared with only 2 the previous year. And just as I'm recording this video, 2 more .cam UDRP complaints were filed at the forum in December 2020 alone. Perhaps not surprisingly, all of the .cam decisions that I've seen have resulted in orders in favor of the trademark owners. In other words, all of these .cam domain names that have been the subject of UDRP disputes have been transferred to the trademark owners who filed the complaints or, in one case, canceled. But interestingly, The UDRP decisions don't seem to address the relevance of the .cam TLD. Instead, usually noting that, as the WIPO overview says, a TLD is viewed as a standard registration requirement and as such is disregarded under the first element confusing similarity test. In other words, while a cybersquatter may have chosen a .cam domain name because of its similarity to the .com TLD, .cam itself is really irrelevant, at least in the cases decided so far, to any of the substantive requirements of the UDRP. So I think the bottom line for trademark owners is this. Check for cybersquatters who may have registered your trademarks as domain names in the .cam top-level domain, and consider filing UDRP complaints where appropriate to stop confusion and other problems, knowing that the UDRP is a very helpful legal approach for .cam, just as it is for other top-level domains. Now, if you want to learn more about the UDRP, please check out my masterclass on domain name disputes, as well as other resources on my GigaLaw website. And be sure to subscribe to the GigaLaw YouTube channel to be notified of future videos discussing other UDRP cases. Thanks for watching, and see you next time online.